Hey everyone, my name's Robert and welcome to another episode of Command Your Confidence. And today I want to talk about 3 simple mindsets you must have if you want to be successful with women. Yes, successful with women. So let's get rolling, and I have a lot of great stuff I'm going to show you. But before I go into the show, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and let's get going. If you want to become good with women, not only are you going to have to possess the skill set to do it, you're going to have the right frame of mind in order to get yourself out there and take action. A lot of people think that, the skill set is important. Learning all these skills, they'll jump on YouTube, they'll read a book, they'll work with a coach. But if you don't have the right mindsets, you will not become successful with women because you won't even practice all these skills anyways if you don't have the right mindset. So I'm just here to help you get off your butt, give you a little bit of motivation, and give you some tips that will help you train your mind so you can become successful with women. It's all about taking action, guys. If you don't go out there and take action, you will not become successful with women. If you're the type of person who has the idea that you want to become successful with women, you read up on all these books, you study this and that, you watch this mentor's YouTube channel, and you're like, yes, I'm gonna create that life for myself. I'm gonna become successful with women. I'm gonna be rich, whatever it is you want to do. But if you don't act upon it, if you just kind of think about it and don't act, you will never get anywhere. And another thing that holds people back too when it comes to taking action is the fear of taking action. Yes, the fear of taking action, because they're afraid if they say the wrong thing or do the wrong thing that the woman's not going to like them. They're also afraid to fail. And you can't be afraid to fail if you want to become successful with women, because you're going to go through a lot of rejections. You're going to go through a lot of bullshit. And you got to be able to deal with that, have the mentality, I should say, to deal with that so you can take action. And when you take action is when you truly start yourself on the journey to becoming successful with women. Because when you go out there and take action, say you learned a skill that you saw on a YouTube channel or some mentor taught you this or that, when you go out there, you'll test it out in the real world. And yes, it's not going to come off congruent at first, but you'll learn to develop your own way of dealing with the situation, your own set of skill sets, the more action you take, because you'll learn for yourself, and you'll say, well, hey, what can I do better next time? What can I do better after this, even if it's not working? And that leads to my second point here, and that is it's all about being persistent and learning from your experiences. So a lot of you guys, you look at failure as like the end all, like as if life defines you as who you are. Yet you got to look at failure as a way to get you on the path to the next level. So when I was going out there first starting to socialize with women, I wasn't that good. I didn't have the mindset, I didn't have the skill set, I didn't have the experience. And I go into an interaction and I would just like completely, mess up. I'd stutter a lot. I would not be present in the moment. I would not develop this charisma that I have now. I was just completely dry. But over time, as I experienced these situations, I kind of took notes for myself and reflected for myself, well, what is it I can do better next time to help me get the desired result? And so I went out there and I just tested a lot of things. And again, this all comes from just kind of not looking at failure as a way, a means to an end, but at failure as a way to becoming that guy you want to be. So you got to look at failure as a good thing, because if you don't have the mindset to look at failure as something that's going to help you grow, then you are going to be held back. You're not going to be able to get to the next level. You're going to give up easily. You're going to just not learn from your experiences, and you're going to be making the same mistakes. And you don't want to keep making the same mistakes because, hey, that's why you're stuck in the first place. So don't let failure define you. Don't look at failure as a way to as a means to an end. And yes, I will admit sometimes after just going through a lot of failing and just dealing with a lot of BS, it gets frustrating. I understand. So what I normally do is I just kind of take a break from what I'm doing. Like, I were times where I got really frustrated too, and I took a break from just, going up and making approaches because I just needed to recharge my mindset. And what I did was I focused on other stuff in my life, and I didn't take like a long break. I mean, I maybe take like a week at most, 2 weeks off just from talking to women, just to kind of focus on other stuff I have going on in my life. And that's what helped me just kind of recharge and get back into the game. Just have the mindset that, hey, I'm new to this experience. Yes, I'm not perfect. Yes, I'm gonna fail, but keep on going. Like, if you talk to 3 or 4 girls and nothing happens, or maybe one time you get a couple times you get a number, well, hey, that's fucking awesome, man. You're gonna get that, you're moving forward, but you're gonna see progress. The more action you take and the more persistent you are, and you learn from your interactions and reflect upon yourself, you're gonna see a change in the way things are happening for you over a period of time. So definitely learn to be more persistent. Finally, when going into these situations, and this is always a challenge because this is one I still work on to this very day, is you just can't give a damn what people think about you, and you can't go into the interaction getting as a people pleaser. You just gotta learn to be yourself, be free. A lot of guys, and I do this myself, I had a hard time, just being themselves and just kind of putting their true selves out there because they're afraid of what other people are thinking about them. And so what I encourage you guys to do is try to have those moments. Like, I know it's tough, like it's still tough for me these days, but when you feel that, well, I'm afraid to say this or do that or talk to this woman because X, Y, and Z, I'm afraid this person's gonna be mad at me, not gonna like me, or whatever it is, you just gotta go out there and do it anyways. Try to be present, be present. Don't really think about the outcome, because if you are worried about the outcome too much, you're gonna fail, because you're gonna be so worried about the outcome, you're probably gonna screw your interactions up. And I've learned when you can learn to let go of the outcome and just have fun with it, that's when you're gonna see a shift in the way your interactions go with women. And so you just gotta be able to, try and do that. And what you can do today is just kind of test that out by just taking one small step, like maybe, say something you really, if you weren't used to being direct with a woman and telling her that you were interested in her, or that, you thought she looked beautiful because of the way she was dressed, or just go out there and do it. Don't let the fear hold you back. Learn not to care. Just have fun with this, because when you have fun with this, the skills that you learn during your, when you're working on yourself and becoming good with women, it's going to become very easy for you to practice because you just don't care. And I mean, that's what you really got to, get to eventually, because I realized the more you don't care and you can put that off, everything just becomes easy. And if you don't get a number or nothing works out, hey, it doesn't matter. But the more you go out there and take action, the more you go out there and you be persistent and you learn from your mistakes, and the more you just don't become attached to the outcome and don't worry about what other people are thinking about you, you're going to eventually have that mindset where you can just learn to be comfortable around women and confident. And hey, if they don't like you, who cares? And the more you talk to them, the more you approach, the more of a chance you're going to have to meet, go on some dates, and get whatever it is you're looking for in a relationship, or whether it's just a one-night stand or whatever it is. So I urge you guys to do that. So there you go, guys. Those are some 3 mindsets to have when you're first trying to go out there and become good with women. In my next video, I'm going to give you some tips on how you can be more social and how to do some, work on your communication skills so you can be successful with women. So if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel below. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Remember, until next time, take control, take charge, and command your confidence, guys.